All right, guys. Welcome back. Uh, I'm gonna go over and reviewing number five. Okay, number five on the 3.2 quiz. Um, did you notice that the 3.1 uh, from 3.1 you learn how to combine like terms and then you solve for the equation with like terms on one side of the equation. So that was 3.1. Now, as we move on to 3.2, it's kind of continuation where we left off with 3.1, where we still have to solve for the equation. We still have to combine like term on both sides of the equations. Okay, so the only difference here is that we have terms that are like terms on both sides of the equations. Okay, so let's take a look at this equation real quick. As I always has mentioned to you, every time you have um, any equation, okay, always good to rewrite the problem. Okay, so let me copy that and bring that right over here. Okay, so what are we solving for in this equation? We are solving for h in this equation. Okay, so let's read through the equation to see what is the first step that we can do. Okay, so we have 16.5 plus 2.75h equal 9h plus 7.5 minus 4.925h. So look like on the left hand side of the equation, I can't do anything to it because you have a 16.5 plus a 2.75h. So you can't combine these two terms. They are not like terms. Over here, what can I do? Okay, well, I notice there's a 9h right here, and there is a plus negative or minus 4.25h. So on the right side of the equation, you have three terms. Okay, let me put them in different colors. Okay, so we have three terms, but I know that the 9h and the negative 4.25h are like terms. So maybe I should do something to it first before I start using my inverse operations. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and leave the left hand side alone for now. You got 16.5, okay, plus 2.75h equal, okay, 9h minus 4.75. So if you guys want, we can always rewrite this. We can always rearrange the terms so it's easy for us. So I can put the 9h and minus 4.25h next to each other, okay, plus 7.5. So from here, it's probably easier just to look at this, say, okay, well, I can combine like terms. I can combine these two terms together. And again, you don't have to do this step if you don't want to. If you want, you can go straight to these two terms and you can just combine them, okay? All right, I'm going to go ahead and leave the 16.5 plus 7.5h alone, okay? And that's going to give me equal, all right, 9h minus 4.25h. So the way you think of this, like let's say you have $9 minus $4.25, right? So we should have what left? Like $9 whole minus whole $4 are $5 left. And then you minus another quarter. So that would be 4.75. 4.75h, okay, plus 7.5. All right, and again, you can always check your calculator. Use your calculator and check it to double check to make sure we get it right. 9 minus 4.25, and that will give me 4.75. Okay, but just don't forget it's 9h minus 4.25h, so that will give me 4.75h. All right, okay. Next step, what should we do next? Okay, so we can't do anything over here to the left side of the equation. Okay, can't do anything over to the right side equation because these two terms are not like terms. These two terms are not like terms. So in order for me to solve for h right now, I have to start using inverse operation. I have to move the terms that has the h to one side of the equation, and I move the term with the constant to another side of the equation. So what you guys think? Should I move the 4.75h over to the left, or should I move the 2.75h to the right? It's really up to you. But I like to deal with positive number better, so I'm going to go ahead and take away. So inverse operation, 16.5 plus 2.75h. So to get rid of this, I'm going to go ahead and subtract 2.75h. 2.75h, because what happened is I use inverse operation because I want to get rid of 2.75, and in front of 2.75 is a positive, so to get rid of to inverse it, I'm going to subtract 2.75. So this guy will cancel out, this becomes 0. And remember, the rule of inverse operation again is whatever you do to one side, you're going to do the same thing to the other side. So I'm just going to subtract 2.75 to the right hand side of the equation. Okay. All right, now 16.5, you're gonna have to leave it alone for now. You can, now if you want to do multiple steps at a time, you can do that, but for now I'm gonna leave that alone. Okay, leave this alone. Sorry, let me bring that down again. Okay, leave that alone. That is equal to, again, this is gone. $4.75 or 4.75 minus 275. That's going to give me a $2 whole left, 2 left, and then 2h. Okay, 2h. I know I always like to put everything in like money perspective, so it's easy to subtract. Okay, so 4.75 minus 2.75 gives you 2, and 4.75 minus 2.75 gives you 2h. Okay, that's still the h, plus 7.5. And again, the equation asking us to solve for h. So right now, all I can do is I can subtract 7.5. Why do I subtract? Because 7.5 is a 2h plus 7.5. So if I want to inverse, if I want to get rid of this positive 7.5, I'm going to subtract it. So I'm going to subtract 7.5 from both sides. And this is gone. All right. Okay, what do you think we should get over here? 16.5 minus 7.5. That will give me 9 total, right? Again, you can always double check. 16.5 minus 7.5. That's giving me 9. Okay, 9 left. All right. Equal. What is it equal to? Equal to 2h. Bring down the 2h. Okay. Okay, let me bring that down a little bit so it can line up the equation. Right there. There you go. Equal. Okay. So now we've got one more things to do is to solve for h in this equation. We still haven't solved for h yet. So 9 equal 2h. Then how do you get h by itself? Inverse operation of 2 times h. To get h alone is you divide both sides by 2. Okay, so inverse of multiplication is division. So divide this by 2. Okay, and 2 divided by 2 is 1. So this becomes 1 right here. Okay, this reduced to 1. And then 9 divided by 2. So I'm going to rewrite h equal over here. 9 divided by 2 is 4.5 or 4.5. So now I can go back to my equation and look at the answer. Okay, number 5 says the solution to the equation is, which one of these 4 choices is the right answer? So the answer h is equal to 4.5. So you can go ahead and bubble this in, or you can give it a check right here that show that h is equal to 4.5. Okay guys, that is taking care of 3.2, and I'm also going to share you guys a video on how to solve for this equation using like making sense of scenario, and we're talking about real world problems. Okay, and we have to write up the equation first before we solve for the equations. All right.